I was collaborating with the Russian artists Komar and Melamid. It was their idea to have animals. Their first idea was an elephant on stage, and I said, no, Jacob's Pillow is not going to let an elephant on their floor. And then it progressed to where it was pigeons. That was the piece called Arena. The guy that had the birds was in California. We had done a performance with him in California. We had a performance in New York with the bird piece, and he just said, I'll travel with you across country. I'll do Chicago if you want also. So he did Chicago with us too, and that was Columbia College Chicago. It was the reason I called it Arena was because it had this ancient feel to it. The beginning was kind of like we were gladiators, kind of. Some of us had gladiator costumes. You know, instead of fighting the lions, we were fighting the birds, I guess. Well, there were 22 fan-tailed pigeons. I don't know if, I know that by the time we got to New York, there were slightly fewer. We had described that we had a mesh curtain that we put up, you know, between the audience and the performers. And then the person who was substituting for me was Vicky Schick. And after we got there, the birds were there, she said, Wendy, I didn't tell you, I'm actually afraid of birds. So, and we weren't trained about what to do if the bird landed on your head, what to do if the poop landed in your head or whatever. It was sort of a John Cage chance thing. Like, what better way of building chance into your performance than having 22 pigeons go free? And they, sometimes they would sort of coagulate on the ground. They would sort of follow each other on the ground, and if there was a loud moment in the music, they would be startled, and then they would rain down on us. I don't know how the audience responded. I was just reading one of the reviews that said, it's an old truism that you shouldn't have babies or animals on stage with you, and I wish Wendy Perron had listened to that. You know, they obviously were more entranced by the birds than by us, I guess. the Chicago story for that performance was, I was staying with a friend of my husband's, so I had like an apartment to stay in. All my dancers and my lighting designers were somewhere else. I don't know what the neighborhood was. But they got broken into. They were Kumiko Kimoto, whose name is now Kusilja Huang. She was dancing with me, and she told me it was early in the morning, and somebody came in and saw that she was waking up and went like this to her, shh, like that. And she didn't realize he was going, shh, I'm going to steal some cameras. And so the next day, I heard from them that the place that I had found for them to stay had been broken into. And she was quiet. She just was quiet, and which was good, because maybe she would have gotten hurt if she'd said something. I don't know. But that was another something gone wrong performance kind of thing. But it made me love Chicago even more.